nameplates. Wisconsin Rapids wearing the Stars and Stripes Veterans honoring jerseys, the sweaters, the blue breezers, and the white socks with the Stars and Stripes on it as well. The officials are ready to get going. Rapids is getting position. Minnesota's ready as they want a fast start. And we're underway here at the drop of the puck, and there we go. Underway in the regular season finale between the Riverkings and the Mullets. Rapids gets possession of that puck as we're 10 seconds into this game. Allstrand sends the puck back down in front of the beer garden, and good crowd on hand down there as Rapids swarming to the puck. Korbenkinov, sharp angled shot, and that's covered right away by you. As for the first cover save of the game. And Wisconsin Rapids is hoping to really capitalize on a fast start. Has that sometimes been an issue this season? And with fast starts being an issue this season, Deacon, how do you overcome that?
I mean, the biggest thing with a fast start is staying calm, right? I mean, there's still a lot of game left to play, so it's like fast start comes, and you gotta adapt, and you gotta go on the fly there. Stay calm.
As on the fly, that is Rapids taking a shot in from the blue line. That was Chevy Alexander, and turned away by you. Collision on the far side. Rapids trying to hold the zone. They do. Yaksoy comes in, far circle, chips it down below the goal line. Trying to center, and that was blocked up by the net. Pulled the trigger a little bit late on that. Allstrand skates behind the goal, down there with Yaksoy. Puck squirts loose into the opposite corner as Minnesota trying to gain a possession as they've been playing on the defensive so far to this point as they're trying to break out of their defensive zone, which they do, as Munson sends her down into the opposing corner. Slowed up by Eli Graff, a Wisconsin Rapids native, as Rapids gets the puck back up neutral ice. Ruffalo and Ilian chipped to Ilian. Ruffalo back to Ilian, shot sharp angled, that hit post and then back out behind the goal. Rapids can't hold the zone as Nelson is back in for tonight's contest after getting beat up a little bit last night. As comes up behind the goal, Rapids regains possession, trying to break out of their defensive zone. Minnesota holds it at the blue line, then they lose it. Comes back up. Noah Diamond streaking up the middle, gets between the defensemen, but a little late, unable to pull off a shot. Is Nelson unable to hold the zone. No icing, last touch by Rapids. Under 18 minutes left to go in this first period. Rapids holding a 2-0 shot advantage. That was touched up by Minnesota at mid-ice, no icing. You have you telling Henham to slow her down a little bit. Rapids swarming to the puck as Newman is able to come up with it at the Rapids blue line. Gets down defensive end. Shot and big glove save by Graff. First whistle of the game, 17:31 remaining in this first period. No score on the board, but Minnesota, their first shot of the game, as there will be a face-off coming up to the blocker side of Graff. As Johnson meeting up with Yaksoy, I believe. That's Trebo, 13 instead of 12. Minnesota does gain possession of the puck, trying to send it around the boards, sent up to slot, picked up, loose puck bouncing around. Minnesota sends a spinning shot, I believe, by Johnson. Rapids picks it back up, trying to break out of their zone. A little bit of a whiff on a pass. Rapids still breaking it out into the offensive zone. Puck comes back out, neutral ice. Olivier Boldick sends her all the way down so Rapids can pursue it. Yu tries to send it back, got caught up in his defenseman's skate. As Rapids now starting to pin the puck down deep, trapped behind the goal, looking for it is Yu. He's not quite sure where it is. As puck comes back out in front. Kutzer, back to Newman. Falling down, Riverkings player. But everybody's still playing. That was Aiden Welsh. 16:40 remaining to go in this first period. No score yet between these teams. There's a lot of hockey to be played tonight. Kutzer brings it up in the zone, tries to get away from some defensemen. Slipping through, wasn't able to do that. Now Rapids back on the move as there's a whistle for interference. And a little bit of rolling of the eyes by Wisconsin Rapids. Chevy Alexander as he goes to the box. First penalty of the game. And that's something that has been an issue for Wisconsin Rapids to this part of the season. Still is taking penalties, and even though they've been able to get out of a lot of them to this point without allowing a goal, there's still, you're putting yourself in a rough position. And I'm sure that's something that Rapids trying to make up for right now as they got a breakout. As shot, and that's nice save by you as Allstrand. He got behind the defense, tried to get a shorthanded goal, and just no avail. Good play there by Elliott. Now another breakout as Allstrand can maybe get another opportunity. Bang, bang play, shot. Another big save by Elliott Yu. He's seeing the puck perfectly. Great job, young man, and from Minnesota, as those are back-to-back plays that, man, Rapids, sure they would like to have them back. There's under a minute and a half remaining. Wide open opportunity. Shot and a goal. Power play goal for Minnesota. And that's a little bit what we were alluding to early on, is a lot of penalties being taken, especially early in games. And man, you're putting yourself behind the 8 ball already. So how do you respond from that, Deacon? I mean, that's kind of a tough spot, but you got a lot of game to forget about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough spot there. I think that was 2 really big saves for you there, stopping Allstrand, and then, you know, his team capitalized. But how you bounce back is we need one. We need the boys to be more energized on the bench, and we need one here. I think that will help us get back in the game.
As you said, obviously a lot of game to go, and maybe a wake up for Rapids, and that was a good firing up on those 2 breakouts. That woke up Minnesota and made Rapids pay for it. More kudos to them.
Yep.
As it is a team sport.
100%.
Everybody's got to answer now as Rapids behind the 8 ball. Down 0-1, shot bouncing off the pads of you. Rapids still has possession of the puck inside the blue line. Chevy Alexander, that got deflected into the corner in front of the beer garden. Korbennikov centering. That got turned away by the defense. Sending the puck back down was Buldick. Korbennikov there. Yaksoy. Nice pass into the slot. Shot. Got into the defense. Bouncing puck now in front of the beer garden. Rapids trying to gain possession of it. Minnesota is there as Jan is able to get there. Rapids holds at the blue line by Chevy Alexander. Centering in the slot. Chevy Alexander could not get a shot off and now comes back out neutral ice. Rapids really picking up the pace now. I think that was a bit of a wake-up call for them, as bring it up into the zone. Is Yaksoy, and a hook and a shot and big save again by you. My goodness, he's all over the place, but Rapids now gets a power play.
This is a big moment here for Rapids. We have a really solid power play, so hopefully we can capitalize, get momentum back, and get this game back going.
That is Henham on the penalty. 5:23 into the game. So Rapids out shooting Minnesota 7-2, but trailing 1-0. We'll see what Rapids can do to get this game back even. Hughes adjusting the straps on his leg pads. He's been diving all over the place, so better tighten him down, because he's made 3 outstanding saves already to this point in the game. As they're actually calling that a trip instead of a hook. I think that could have gone either way. They went high, so either way. Now they're changing the side of the face-off, going to the, I believe that'll be the blocker side of you. Diamond coming up, facing off against Troxel. Rapids wins the puck drop. Allstrand down low, centering. Big save, point blank shot from Ilian right in the slot, and you is there. And a whistle 7 seconds into the skater advantage. And we get to do it all over again this time. Face off on the glove side of you. Won by Rapids again. Allstrand crossways. Back to Allstrand, top of the slot. Ilian, then Allstrand, slot, down low. Shot and a goal! There's a hole in your goalie, Minnesota, and Wisconsin Rapids ties it up.
Noah Diamond, man, he's on fire this season. He's scoring huge goals for us, and he's doing it every single night. What a player we have here in Diamond. We're very grateful to have him in Rapids.
He's been lighting it up left and right for Rapids, as you said, and that's the spark that they really need. Is that was beautiful passing, beautiful shot selection right through the 5-hole, and it's a new hockey game, 1-1, and you never know what's going to happen, but I don't know if I think this is just kind of the taste of blood in the water that Rapids needs to continue this momentum. Or it could be another wake-up call for Minnesota. That's why we've got plenty of time to play this game, as just over 5 minutes have gone by into this contest. 14:05 left to go.
Power play goal by your Riverkings.
A pair of power play goals scored in this game.
Assisted by number 9, Felix Allstrand.
With Allstrand
21, 28,
and Bolduc are both on the assists, as Minnesota about to get a power play of their own for Rapids, as Chevy Alexander is going back to the penalty box. You'll see the frustration on his face, saying, what's going on? I didn't do that, but evidently the officiating crew feels different. 6 minutes, 19 seconds. As Rapids, they're 0 for 1 on the penalty kill. They got to do it again. As sliding in there and blocking that shot is Trebo. Heck of a job, young man, as Minnesota back on the attack. 10 seconds gone by, and Rapids clears her all the way back down.
2 minutes for interference.
As that was another interference penalty against Chevy Alexander. 20 seconds gone by. As Minnesota, Monson bring it across the blue line. Looking for a shot. Big bounce and rebound, and clearing it back out was Rapids, as there's a high stick going to be called. As now Minnesota touches up, ready to go again, as Yaksoy giving a lot of pressure. As Minnesota, they had issues with that pressure on that forecheck on the power play last night. Now another whistle for an icing, and puck comes back out into neutral ice. Little disjointed play to start this game, but either way, we're in a 1-1 hockey game. Game 4 of the season between Minnesota and the Riverkings. Face off at neutral ice, and Rapids controls it. Tail Ilian. Pass back to Nelson. Nelson up off the stanchions and boards. Glass and all the way down. Under a minute left on the skater advantage for Minnesota. Haven't really been able to generate much. That Rapids penalty kill has been pretty tough on this episode of it. And puck still trapped down the defensive end for Minnesota. Missing passes, and Ilian's coming up for a loose puck. He slams on the brakes. Gets the puck wrestled away from him by Monson. It's still going to be tied up in the corner by Yaksoy. Minnesota having a hard time breaking out of their zone with 30 seconds left. Puck sent up, touched by Ilian. It was touched up, no icing, as Duke sends her around, back out of the zone. So Minnesota's got to reload. If they go quick, they might get one more crack at it. As Rapids trying to jump passes and getting close there. Puck still at center ice. Munson battling hard. Down low as Rapids sends it into the attacking zone. Back out to neutral ice now. As Minnesota now brings it up. Newman looking for some place to go as both teams are at full strength. Puck sent through the crease, turned away by Graff. Duke battling in there. Henham shot, turned away by Graff. This puck bounces around, back behind the goal. Duke lifts it up, passes, gets behind Henham, and Korbenkikov, he's trying to wrestle for it. Cannot get there. Welsh was there too, couldn't get a stick on it. Minnesota back flying down. They got a 3-2 attack going. Monson, he can't send a shot. Rapids back on the move. 11:08 to go. First period tied 1-1. Bolduc to Diamond. Up to Bolduc. Shot right into the glove of you. And a whistle. We got a stoppage, 11:01 left in the first period. 1-1 hockey game, and Deacon, this is a lot different last 5, 6, 7 minutes than it was the first couple when Minnesota, they got that goal.
Oh yeah, it is. It's definitely a different game here after they got that goal. That got them some momentum, got them fired up a little bit. So I think it's very important to Rapids to stay on their toes here and try to get as much as they can, more momentum, and try to keep the Mullets back a little bit.
This puck comes back out to neutral ice. Diamond with it, passing up ahead to Ilian. Allstrand is there as Ilian has to get back on sides. I think he's assisted a little bit by the official on that, sliding to his stop. As Newman on the near side. Since puck beyond his goal, a lot of resetting for Minnesota behind their own goal. He intercepted in the slot. Allstrand bringing it around. Shot wide of the goal. Because that was another close shot. Shot in the goal! Ilian finishes it. Rapids takes a 2-1 lead.
That's Ilian's spot right there, right in the slot. That's where he makes his money, right? That's where he makes his money.
As I think Allstrand's probably getting a little frustrated out there. How many open looks do I got to get? But either way, his teammate was there to pick him up, and that's one thing Coach Paul always talks about is pick up your teammate. And that definitely happened right there as Ilian on the goal at 9:33. And Rapids responds up 2-0 over the Mullets. Face-off controlled again by Rapids. Ryan sends it down. Or 2-1, excuse me. As sending it right back in front of the goal, then back in front of the beer garden. The Rapids really flying around now as the puck bounces up, out of play. So his stoppage with the puck out of bounds at 10:07 remaining in the first period.
Number 7,
Mikhail Ilian on the goal. Noah Diamond and Allstrand on the assist, so Allstrand already with 2 points in the game, both assists. This face-off coming to the glove side of you. Shot right off the face-off, and that went high and into the netting, so another face-off. Get to do it all over again. As we get another quick whistle, 2 seconds came off the clock. Another face-off win for Rapids. Ryan sent one off, and that got turned away by the defense in the front of the goal. As we have hit halftime of the first period, Rapids trying to capitalize even more and open up a lead as they do have one, 2-1. Minnesota breaking through as Hibbler sends a backhand shot in. We have a whistle, however. I believe it will be offsides. That is what it is called. It's a face-off at neutral ice just outside the Rapids blue line. We'll see who does the honors. Will Bitnick against Trebo. As Rapids and Minnesota still fighting for it. Minnesota comes away with it. They shot down, get it deep, and try to pin Rapids down and transition. Minnesota doing a good job as they send the puck right back down and back to Rapids goal. And puck comes up neutral ice where Bai is there. Bai sends it up to his teammate Dressel. Bitnick comes up, shot way off the mark. Comes up, Bai sends it through. That got redirected through the slot. Rapids trying to regroup. Cannot quite yet. As Minnesota doing a good job keeping the puck down, but not generating much scoring opportunity to this point. As 9 minutes remain in this first period of action, where Rapids enjoys a 2-1 lead after trailing 1-0. Pair of power play goals as Rapids now breaks out. Up ahead, Gorbankov right on the doorstep, couldn't hold on to the puck. As puck slides back out, Walls is there. Allstrand, puck now brought back out by Wotruba. Loose puck, skitters into Rapids zone. Buldix is there. Goes around the cage. Allstrand skates along the far boards. Drop pass to an awaiting Yaksoy. Gorbankov to Allstrand, bringing through the defense, and it's cleared again by Minnesota. 8:20 to go in this first period. Rapids still up 2-1. Rapids regrouping behind their own goal. Puck bounces out to neutral ice as Kutzer tries to send it down. Puck still bouncing around Allstrand. Picked up by Ilian. Ilian skates in your side, shot off the blocker of you, and Rapids Ruffalo sends it all the way down. Kutzer lost his stick, so he's just running some legal interference. As there will be a penalty coming up against Minnesota, I believe, as that looks to be a holding call. So second penalty for Minnesota, as that will be, looking at the number here, that will be Oliver Kutzer and going into the box. So Rapids with their second power play, they are 1 for 1 on the skater advantage. 12-13 time of the infraction, so Rapids trying to make them pay again as they hold a 12-4 shot advantage and a 2-1 shot advantage on the board. Face off coming to the blocker side of Elliott U. So got a bad puck drop, so they get to reload it again and try again. Rapids bench pounding on the boards. We're getting into it. Puck won by Rapids. Bolduc back out to Yaksoy. Yaksoy top slot. Skating in down below. Bolduc down low on the doorstep. Backhand opportunity. And Rapids can't hold it in. Is flying around down there was you. He got a pad down right when that was an open net, and he closed it in a hurry. A minute 30 left to go in the skater advantage for the Riverkings. 7:15 to go in the first period in general. Ilian brings up the puck on the far side, slams on the brakes, pulls back. Diamond goes low. Ilian high slot, stops, goes to Bolduc on the far side. Yaksoy switches with him, high slot for Bolduc. Shot, bouncing the puck, got blocked in the middle, and Bolduc is able to block it, drops his stick in the process, or excuse me, that was Yaksoy. Shot, Ilian, bouncing puck off the chest protector of you, and not able to hold it was Yaksoy as Rapids has to reload. Under a minute to go in the skater advantage. 6:37 to go, first period. Rapids up 2-1 over the Mullets. Really methodical in their power play so far tonight, even in this one, as Rapids trying to set everything up perfectly. Worked before, trying to get it to work again as we have 30 seconds to go in the skater advantage. Ruffalo skates to the circle, back out high. Korbenkov, defense tips it away, bounces up into the netting, whistle. 24 seconds go on the skater advantage. 6:10 to go in the frame. Face-off will be again to the blocker side of you. As getting everybody in line who needs to be there. Williams up against, I believe that was Troxel on the face-off, and Rapids controls it. Ruffalo near side, top circle. Cross-ice pass to the other circle. Shot, that's turned away by the defense. As Rapids gets hit up against the boards, trying to tie it up with 7 seconds to go on the skater advantage. Rapids still with possession. Korbenkov shot off the glove, loose puck. Somebody's there. Williams sends it back out to Ruffalo. As both teams are full strength, Minnesota's able to kill that penalty. Is sending it through Chevy Alexander. He's barely gets that possession back before Munson was looking to get a breakout opportunity of his own. Everybody back on sides. Minnesota chips it up to neutral ice, and there will be no icing. Graff has to play it behind the goal. He sends it back around, picked up by Minnesota, now it's sent back out neutral ice. 5:15 remaining. Was Rapids really applying some pressure? Ryan out there giving chase as this goes all the way back. Nelson, he's got to get there first, and he does. Puck's tied up in the corner. Minnesota centering it. Nobody home. Now you have Ryan breaking out on his own. He's got numbers, Ruffalo and Diamond flanking. Puck comes up, shot, and that got knocked off the moorings. The net's off, and a bunch of bodies fly. There will be no change, the official says immediately. So you got a whistle. Hope everyone's okay down there, and appears to be. 4:50 to go, first period, as Rapids really controlling play, up 16-4 in the shot advantage category, as it's really been a lot of control for the Riverkings, but a lot of huge saves for Elliott Yu. He's really stepping up in the pipes tonight. He's doing a great job by my estimation. His face-off to the blocker side of Yu is controlled by Minnesota. Rapids holding the zone, trying to at this point, as there's a whistle for a hand pass. So we get to do it all over again. 4:41 to go in this opening frame, as Rapids starting to really hold possession of the puck now. And that's something that I think kind of waiting for it to happen, and now it's finally coming through.
Yep, I agree. Rapids is starting to get a little more energy here and starting to kind of fight back after the Mullets goal.
Well, face-off controlled by Rapids. Bolduc at the blue line. He's got to send it back down. He was getting teed up by Newman. Rapids sends around. I think that was Welsh. Puck sends back to the blue line. Bolduc bouncing puck. Got turned away by the defense. Defense is doing a good job of blocking pucks before it can get to you. So they're doing their job as Gressel right in front of the beer garden. Loose puck, Bolduc, he sends it back down. Ryan, closest one to it for Rapids. Now Bolduc at the blue line. Set goes to the far side. Shot by Chevy Alexander. Tipped up into the netting right in front of the band. Another whistle, 4:08 to go, first period. And get a line change for Minnesota. And we'll have a face-off again to the right side, the blocker side of you. Still a 16-4 shot advantage for Rapids in this one. We'll see that face-off controlled by Rapids. A shot immediately off of it, pops up high in the air into the netting. So another stoppage. I think about 2 seconds came off the clock again. And 4:04 remaining in this first period. Face-off, there you go. Controlled again by Rapids. Chevy Alexander sends it around the boards. Bolduc coming up on the near side. Tried to get it back around. He could not, as Minnesota breaks out to neutral ice. Now they're calling an icing, and there will be another icing. 3:50 remaining in the period. Is again more disjointed play. It's hard to get into a flow of this one to this point. We'll see what both teams can do in the final 3:50. Face-off right at center ice. The Diamond was in there. Rapids controls it now, sending it up. Touched up by Minnesota's Jan. And whiff on a pass, and now Rapids has to stop it, and they do right back by their goal where Duke gets to it. Minnesota holds the zone. The bouncing puck comes up neutral, and there's a 2-1 for Diamond and Ryan. Shot off the far side post. Rapids nearly got another one as Gorbenkov got tied up. Puck comes back out into the Rapids defensive zone. 3:15 to go in the first period. Rapids up 2-1 over the Mullets. As Rapids on the move again. Gorbenkov touches it right at mid-ice. Minnesota unsure where it is. Yaksoy, nice collision right front of the Minnesota bench, and that will be another penalty for Rapids as power play coming for the Mullets. As a lot of penalties being called in this one, as that will be Yaksoy going to the box. Checking from behind. And the time of that infraction will be 17:07. So Rapids, another power play they have to kill. And we'll see how they fare this time around, as it's going to wear on you eventually, but still a lot of game to go. 2:47 remaining, 1:55 on the skater advantage as Diamond ices the puck, as you can do that when you're trying to kill off penalty. So Minnesota trying to regroup behind their goal again. This is a situation where Rapids is able to get a couple turnovers at mid-ice. And there's another one. Diamond's going to get it for a penalty, and it's going to be a 5-on-3 for Minnesota over Rapids. There's a lot of penalties being called.
This is a good chance for Mullets power play here to get one and get more energy back in the game, but I think Rapids has to do a better job of staying out of the box, and let's kill this one.
Checking from behind is the call again. 17-38, so 5 on 3 for a $130. With 2:22 to go. So good majority of this remaining first period. Rapids, they're going to be down a skater, and in this case 2 for a minute and a half. How does that change how you kill the penalty?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different being down 2 guys rather than having 5 out there on the ice. But the biggest thing is the energy and not running around, right? Not chasing the puck, kind of staying home, letting the play happen, and clearing it out after Eli makes a save, or just clearing it out in general.
How much does that change how a goalie faces it?
Yeah. I mean, as a goalie, you always want to make the first save, and I feel like as a 5-on-3, you're always worried about kind of like the backdoor guy because there's more guys open with the puck, right? So you're always more thinking about, oh, like maybe it's a pass. So I think it's important to stay on the first shot and stay focused on the first one.
Well, face-off is controlled by Minnesota, as you would probably figure it would be. Murphy sends a puck down low, skating in with Watruba's shot. That's off the mark. Minnesota is there, trying to send the puck back out in front. Watruba with it to Murphy. Murphy, high slot, skating to the other side where there is Troxel. Watruba can't hold on to it. He's getting face guarded pretty tough there, as now there's a stoppage there for Bolduc, who just sends it all down. And then playing up as you, gets the puck right back to Watruba, is Ilian out there now. And Bolduc and Chevy Alexander, it appears. $1:42 left to go. First period. There's a puck loose in the slot. Rapids got to clear it, and they do. There's 43 seconds to go on the 5-on-3 advantage Minnesota. $1:07 to go on the second power play. Is a big rebound off the leg pads, and Minnesota can't convert on that open net. They could have sent it away. Sharp angle is Murphy trying to send it down low. Shot blocked by Graff as he's down guarding that far post. Puck lifts up into the net and a whistle. 17 seconds left to go on the 5-on-3 with 1:09 to go in the first period. 47 seconds left to go on the second penalty. So Rapids doing a good job to this point, keeping Minnesota at bay. And you got 17 seconds till it gets a little bit easier. Face off coming to the glove side of Graff. As Watruba sends it to his line mate. Shot right into the chest of Graff as he's all over it. 1 minute, 1 second remaining in this first period of play. 10 seconds left to go on the 5-on-3. Rapids leading 2-1. Face-off coming up to the blocker side of Graff. Watruba in there up against Williams. As Rapids just looking to hold it in the corner there for 4 seconds. Shot comes through the slot and turned away as Rapids just one skater down, and Minnesota's able to hold the zone. Now Rapids clears it all the way down. They're going to take a few seconds off that penalty as Rapids really looks energized now. Yaksoy picks it off behind the goal. Nice back pass to Williams. Williams behind the goal. Couldn't pull the trigger, but that was a great opportunity there for the Riverkings. Under 30 seconds to go in the first period. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 remaining on the power play for Minnesota. And both teams are back at full strength. They negate that 5-on-3 for 1.5 minutes. Rapids still with a chance here. 12 seconds to go in the first period. Up 2-1. As the puck comes back into their own zone, Duke with it, and he's just going to skate around. And 4, 3, 2, and 1, and there is your first period of play, where Wisconsin Rapids holds a 2-1 advantage. And we're back here at Southwood County Recreation Center in beautiful Wisconsin Rapids, where we're just moments away from the start of period number 2 between the Minnesota Mullets and the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings, where Wisconsin Rapids, they're holding a 2-1 advantage over the Mullets. And boy, that was entertaining first period, first 20 minutes of play. Minnesota, they did strike first. as they got a power play goal at 4:21, but Rapids answered just a little bit over a minute later when Noah Diamond lit the lamp at 5:39 on the power play. Assist to Hallstrand and Bullock, and then just about 5 minutes later, not quite, Mikhail Ilian, he got his first goal of the game with assists to Diamond and Hallstrand. So Rapids, that's how they got on top, as a lot of penalties taken, especially by the Riverkings. That's how Minnesota got their goal even, so power play, that's how it happens. But the big thing, looking at that scoreboard, Rapids out shooting Minnesota 17-7, as Elliott Yu doing a great job between the pipes for Minnesota. 15 saves on 17 shots faced, and Eli Graf making 6 stops on the 7 shots he faced. Minnesota will be going from my left to the right in this period. Rapids on my right to the left. Minnesota again wearing their mustard yellow sweaters and socks, maroon trim, white and maroon trim as well. Rapids wearing the stars and stripes in honor of Veterans Day coming up on Monday. So, puck drop. And we are underway, and again, accompanied up here by Art and Carl on the cameras, Matt running the show, and Deacon Shaw. Deacon, I'll tell you what, Rapids, they responded how you think you'd want them to. How do they got to jump out on the second period so that they don't have any let-ups?
Yeah, I mean, I want to start this period quick. I say Rapids has to do a better job of staying out of the box as well. Getting more control, keeping their sticks in tight, and just staying out of the box.
Well, they're doing a good job keeping the puck in the attacking zone. Has had a puck loose in the slot, and no one could get in there. As you, another bunch of big saves, and he's trying to get on top of the puck now. Officials, they blow it dead. The puck was loose, but the officials lost sight of it, so they got to stop the play. And I won't argue that one, as there will be a face-off coming in the Minnesota zone. Coming up in just a couple seconds as both teams going for line changes. Wholesale changes, and officials saying, hey, it was my decision to blow that dead. I couldn't see the puck. So any issues directing towards me, and I don't think anyone really wants to direct any issues to the official. They'll be sitting out of a game. Yes. Face-off controlled by Rapids. Ruffalo is down there. His puck sent up off the glass. As now it's a 2-1 situation here for Minnesota. Rapids gets back on numbers and shot in on Graf, and he's able to glove it up. And then we got a whistle. As we got another face-off coming. This time it'll be to the blocker side of Graf, his right side. As both teams trying to get an upper hand and set some tone here for the rest of the game, as Rapids up 2-1, still just over a minute into the game, into the second period, I should say. Minnesota with the puck and behind the Rapids goal. We'll look for a place to go with it. So Rapids clears it out into neutral ice. Gil Ilian, he brings it up far side. Sharp angled shot off the pads and stick of Yu, and bounces high into the air. Rapids gets to it first. There's a nice collision. Big collisions on the far side of the boards. As both teams battling hard, trying to get some advantage. Physicality starting to come back out. Rapids at the blue line. Ruffalo, Diamond, Ilian, and Duke. Nelson trailing as he's now up at the blue line. Minnesota bringing the puck back out, neutral ice. 18 minutes remaining in the second period. Rapids still up 2-1. As there's a turnover behind the goal by Graf, as he didn't get a hard enough pass on that, as the puck comes up neutral ice. And Diamond's looking to get it. He's trying to get behind the defense as he skates around the goal, loses possession of the puck, and an easy cover for Yu. And there's a whistle there. 17:45 remaining in this second period. Again, Rapids up 2-1. Other games going on. The Squatch and the Ox tied 1-1 in the second period. Riverkings 2-1, of course. The Outlaws and the Express up 4-2. And those are your scores tonight in the North Division. Puck comes back out to neutral ice after some play in the Rapids defensive end. Puck goes clear across the sheet. Trebo, he loses an edge, goes down, holding the zone. There's Ruffalo. Ruffalo comes through, shot, that's going to go behind the goal. Physicality really ramping up here in the second period. A lot of big hits, both sides delivering. This puck tied up in the corner in the near side. Puck then comes behind the goal, sent up to the slot, and that got tipped by the defense right up, and that was going to be a pop fly caught on the infield of the quadplex out in the east side of the parking lot. As that had air on it, ladies and gentlemen, but they were able to stop that with the net, and there will be a face-off coming up to the blocker side of you. Trying to get the face-off tandem right. As Bitnek up against Trebol. Minnesota with the puck, trying to break it out. Rapids trying to hold possession in. Puck still loose, bouncing around, shot sent in, turned away by you. He's there to be able to turn away with a stick. 16:40 remaining in the second period. Some shoving in the corner. We play on. Williams tried to center it. His shot right into the belly of you, and now there's some pushing and shoving as Mitnick and Welsh pushing and shoving in the corner, and now there's some headlocking. They're going to headlock. They're going upper body, Greco-Roman. Gloves are off. Some punches being thrown. And both teams, those two going at it, and that's a takedown right to his back, but Welsh getting back out of it. I don't award any takedown points on that yet, as both these guys going to be going to the box for a while. As pushing and shoving, there you have it. And I knew it was just a matter of time with how physical everybody was playing, as pleasantries being exchanged between the benches, as both Welsh and Mitnick off the sheet of ice both ways, as the captain's coming up to the official circle in front of the scorers table, and we'll get this all ironed out. Deacon, I was kind of wondering when it was going to happen, because the physicality. Yeah, well, I think we figured it out.
Yeah, yeah, I think that answered our question there. I was thinking the kind of same thing with him, is when that's going to happen. So there's the answer.
Well, it's going to be matching penalties, so we're probably it could go 4-on-4, it could stay 5-on-5, because it's pretty much just down to those two young men, as we'll wait for the official ruling, but still the time of whatever penalties, because there will be some, they come up at 3:33, so straight threes on that, as officials get their little handy-dandy notebook out and writing down what they need to know, because they'll have to do a game report on this as well. As our good buddy Art taking a look at it. And, well, we already went through the scoreboard. So this is another big game, because Rapids, we do look at the standings. Rapids was able to get 2 points along with the Squatch and the Ox. So Rapids sitting at 26 points, Squatch at 23, and the Ox at 22. That something's got to give tonight. I guess a big one if you're a Rapids fan. Really pulling for the Ox to take 2 points away from the Squatch, as Rapids then try to get 2 of their own to move up to 28 points. So we'll see. A lot of game to be played. As it's all being ironed out. Rapids captains going back to Coach Paul and telling him what's all going to be happening. Understandable. Everything just about sorted out, and there will be a face-off coming up in the Minnesota end, which kind of stands to reason. As we're waiting for the PA announcer to make the exact call on this beautiful night in Wisconsin Rapids. Well, it depends on what your perspective of beautiful is. With the snow falling, I don't necessarily call that beautiful, but if you do, more power to you. It's bound to happen sooner or later this time of year. As I think we are going to be playing 5-on-5 with the number of players you have out there for both sides, but that remains to be seen as Roberts skates on out. And I think now he's having a discussion with Coach Paul Coach Paul nods his head and says, okay. As we go to play this on, 5-minute penalty coming up against Rapids, number 27, Aiden Welsh. Oh, they took it down. Okay. Well, that answers that question.
At 3:33.
3:33 time of the penalty.
Number 27, Aiden Welch, 5-minute major and game misconduct for fighting.
5-minute major game misconduct for fighting.
For the Mullets, number 88,
And
Bitnick,
Bitnick, 5-minute major game misconduct for fighting. So that was kind of what we figured, as we're still 5-on-5, full strength, as Rapids trying to drive home another puck. Yaksoy holds it at the blue line, sends it back down to Korbenkov. He sends a shot in, turned away by you. Chevy Alexander sends it back down below the goal. Allstrand tries to send it back out to the point, and that's intercepted by the Mullets. But Mullets converging, trying to send down the puck, and boy, Rapids converged on that as Chevy Alexander had a nice hit on the far boards. We play on. 15:40 remaining in the second period. Rapids up 2-1. Rapids holds his own. Yaksoy up ahead to Allstrand. Cross pass. That was a nice physical hit there for Minnesota. Allstrand in the slot, tried to send one in. Loose puck. Poke checked away by you. As we play on, no penalties being called as Kutzer skates in, leave pass, not a world's best placement, but still playing on as Rapids regains the puck. Ilian at center ice, skating around. He sends the puck down into the Minnesota end. 15 minutes exactly remaining in this contest. Rapids up 2-1. Diamond with the puck at mid-ice, Ruffalo and Higgins. As Ruffalo and Ilian crash into the zone. Hard pass, knocks the stick right out of the Minnesota player's hands as Ruffalo has to play back towards his own goal to reestablish an offensive possession. Ilian back across. Minnesota picking up their forecheck, playing a lot more physically as well. Rapids having to adjust to it. Puck bounced up by Casanelli. Lost possession, and Minnesota back on the move as we speak. Puck still loose at neutral ice. Puck sent down on the Rapids end. Korneve gets there first. Up ahead to Ruffalo, chipped up neutral ice. Minnesota sends her right back down. Rapids having answers. Couple little changes coming up for the Mullets. Rapids clogging passing lanes. As Diamond sends the puck up, neutral ice. Ilian, that's going to be close to a one-on-one. Trailed, shot, big rebound off of you. As Rapids, they get the puck back. Diamond flying down the sheet of ice backwards. Pass up ahead to Ruffalo. He could not hold it, as there will be an icing called. 13:37 remaining in this second period of play. Rapids up 2-1. It's Minnesota changed a little bit of their style of play. They're being a little bit more aggressive when Rapids has the puck. They're challenging those passes a little bit now. I think they're seeing, hey, we're keeping close with these guys, which they haven't had a chance to, but they're playing close with them now. You got to think that they're trying to catch Rapids snapping a little bit, because they proved it that they could earlier in the game. This face-off coming to the blocker side of Graf. Korneve sends it up ahead. Ruffalo at the blue line. Rapids trying to get it out. Diamond does. Ilian midline. Crashes into the zone. Everybody on sides. Shot turned away by you. Puck behind the goal. Ruffalo and Ilian there. Diamond gets in the corner to Ilian. Ilian trying to get through there. He does. Nice pass through the slot. Bouncing puck. Bouncing. Turned around. Ilian shot. And that's blocked by the defense. Minnesota doing a great job clogging up anything in front of you, as there will be a high stick touched by Minnesota, and no high stick will be called. As Nelson, a little bit of pushing and shoving with Ian Wallace. Cooler heads prevailing, but there is a delayed penalty being called, as now there's pushing and shoving there as Jan comes up behind Nelson, shoves him into the goal, and we've got some tempers flaring tonight in Wisconsin Rapids. Officials stepping into it really quick to try to keep this from getting nasty, as thankfully they are. So we'll see what the calls are now as the whistle at 12:42 remaining in this second period. Graff took exception to that as he's being talked to by Duke. Try to cool him off a little bit as the crew getting back into the official circle when the Minnesota penalty box open. So we'll see what the exact ruling will be. As you got to get the net put back on its moorings. As team captains are awaiting the verdict. When a game's getting physical like this and you see it amping up and tempers are getting short, it's an emotional game.
Yeah.
How do you keep your wits about you? Because I mean, it'd be easy to fly off the handle and want to start throwing hands. Yeah. How do you keep that in check as a leader like you are on this team?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's going down the bench and telling the boys, like, it's okay, like, stay calm, stay chill, you know. It's like you got to keep your not too high and not too low in that situation and just keep her even. And then, you know, at the end of the day, we're still in a 2-1 game here, so we got to keep our cool and try to get another couple.
And it's another one. If I've seen this in past years, I know you got to defend yourself no matter what. Yeah. I'm not lobbying for there to be a fight or anything like that, like most hockey fans usually are. But at some point, you know, just cover up, lay down, so you don't get it. You're at your opponent's mercy.
Oh,
but you can't get it for fighting if you're not fighting, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's true. It's easier said than done, though. Especially when the tempers are hard in this game. It's like somebody starts throwing some hands. It's hard to do.
Someone says something that's not good day to you. Hope you have fun tonight. You know, it's something like that happens. I got a temper too. Oh yeah. So I don't think I'd handle it really well. So I can't preach anything.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see how the officials do keep this in mind.
Oh yeah. It is going to be very interesting.
There's going to be 2 penalties coming up on Minnesota. It'll be interested on number 3 and number 7. So Ian Wallace and Heath Jan both getting sent to the box. Still waiting the official ruling from the officials. That's a little redundant, but that's where we're at. So not going to make a decision until we know for sure, but that could be a Rapids 5-on-3 if Rapids doesn't have anyone sent in themselves, and that's a chance for Rapids to put some distance between themselves and their visiting opponents. So as Lee Greenwood plays over the PA system, proud to be an American, as believe we all should be, as now there's wondering about the face-off coming in the Rapids zone. As the Minnesota coach, Chris Walby, looking for the exact ruling of what's going on. So a little delay in the action, but thanks for tuning in here on Black Bear TV and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, 105.5 FM WIRI. Seth Habiger back at the studio. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Got some sports coming up here in the next couple weeks. Winter sports starts the Thursday before deer season, the 20th. As girls basketball, Rapids against Toma. We'll be bringing that to you. Myself on the call. As there are 2 in the box, as that is Jan and Wallace at 7. I believe that'll be at 7:18. As Rapids on a 5-on-3. Nice save by Wu.
2 minutes for interference.
2.
Also, number 7, Young. 2 minutes for cross-checking.
So the penalty on Wallace is interference. Penalty on Jan for a cross-check. So Rapids, that's how they're on a 5-on-3. Allstrand, high slot, near side to Illy, and he backs out of it for Bolduc. Working up, high slot, skating in, shot, turned away by the defense. Rapids holds back. Allstrand, one-timer, shot to goal! One-timer slap shot from Bolduc, and that's how Rapids goes up 3-1.
Bolduc's offense that he brings from a defenseman is unreal. He brings so much offense to the team, and he's a great offensive defenseman for us to have.
Time of the goal, 7:53 or 57, excuse me. Because that really was just good puck movement.
Oh yeah.
And good stick handling too. Because I mean that was off rebounds, back across, and a one-timer went high, and there you have it in the goal. And Rapids up by 2 goals here over the Mullets.
Rapids power play has been really lights out this year. Just capitalizing on all the chances they can get, and it's great to be the netminder for them. As every time they get the chance, they're taking advantage of it.
So with that power play goal, Minnesota gets a player back, so it's no longer 5-on-3. They have a one-man power play, one-man advantage for about 1 minute and 17 seconds. Rapids still has a chance to add another.
At 7:57, Riverkings power play goal.
Power play goal by Rapids.
Number 21,
Olivier Bolduc on the goal.
Felix Allstrand.
Allstrand on the assist. That's his 3rd assist of the game. Oh, he's got the assist hat trick, you could call it. There's a shot wide of the mark as he was looking to get his own goal, as Rapids able to slow the puck up once it reaches neutral ice. 40 seconds to go. Skater advantage for the Riverkings. 11:17 remaining in the second period. Rapids up 2-1. Yaksoy cross ice to Allstrand. Allstrand, Bolduc, Yaksoy, high slot, shot wide of the mark, looking for a tip-in by Diamond, didn't work out. Allstrand, shot off the mask of view, and he bumps the post, bumps the goal off. And we got a whistle, got to make sure he's all right, as they should. And gonna have a face-off, 10:57 remaining in this second period. We have 14 seconds left on the power play for Rapids. That's 2 power play goals for Rapids tonight of their 3. So special teams being just that, special. As Rapids wins that face-off with just a couple seconds left, 10 seconds left. Korbanikov back to Chevy Alexander. He can't hold his own, and that'll be the end of the skater advantage. There'll be a race for it as Rapids comes away with it. Both teams now full strength. Has got Mateo Ruffalo, he's got to reload what they want to do. Trebo skates into the zone. He's being surrounded by 3 Mullets players as the puck slides in on you. Nice collision there by Chevy Alexander. No arm in the air. That was physical play as turnover. Rapids could be in a little bit of trouble there, but it's shot up. And back to goal, tried to center. It was Minnesota, no avail. There's Trebo up ahead to Ruffalo. Everybody will be offsides. Rapids has to regroup. As Troxel sends it up, center ice, touched up by Newman. And it will be out of play, touches the net. And we'll have a face-off in the neutral ice portion of the rink here. As now they are back, there is a goalie change coming as approximately 30 minutes have been played for Eli Graff. And now Liam O'Connor coming in. So to this point, Wisconsin Rapids has done a good job in net. Now there's a goalie change for Liam O'Connor as Graff was 1 for 1 in the period.
I think that was a good game there for Eli. I thought he played really well. I thought he played really solid.
I believe that was his first start in goal in front of his hometown fans as Rapids had good turnover for them. Holding the zone. Duke sends it in, rolls in, covered by Hughes. We can talk about that now. 9:34 remaining in the second period as stories closed with Graff as he made 1-1, so he stopped 8 pucks on the night. So the rest of them go to Liam, as Liam was up here one of the last games we had up here. He did a great job. It's like you're doing a good job there, Deacon.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Liam can do here. He's a really hard worker in practice, and he deserves this. So I'm really excited to see what he can do.
And it's games like this that's where you got to find out how deep your bench is in case, God forbid anything happened to you or something. You know what can happen here. But Rapids, there's still a lot coming on as there's a 3-on-1 opposition. But Minnesota's there as Ilian. He gets another turnover at his blue line, sends it in on you, and he covers it. 9:03 remaining in the second period. Rapids up 3-1. Rapids now really just applying pressure as tempers, they appear to have calmed down a little bit. I think you got it out of your system and realized we can't play a game like this.
Yep, I agree. I think you hit the nail on the head there.
That could get worse, you never know, but we'll worry about that when it happens. As face off to the glove side of you. Williams battling for it, puck pumps high as Nelson shot, blocked by the defense in front. Minnesota doing a very good job of that tonight. As a hard hit by Wartruba. No penalties being called, letting him play on. Murphy brings it up across. Numbers for Minnesota as there's nearly a tip at the top of the crease that did not have to be played was O'Connor. Puck slides through, no icing touched up by Rapids as Duke. Bump, nice hard hit in front of the beer garden. Williams to Ryan. Nobody can get the puck to stay on their stick as Wallace now brings it up. 2-2 shot, and that's covered up by O'Connor as he gets a good shot that he had to stop. So that's a little trial by fire that now he can settle in. The hardest save is the first one, right?
Oh yeah, I agree. It's just getting settled in the game, and I think that was a great first save for him. So.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do the rest of the night as Rapids holding a 29-9 shot advantage with a 3-1 score. Great goaltending play by Elliott Yu for Minnesota. Tip the cap to that young man as it could be a lot worse score if it wasn't for a lot of big saves that he has made so far tonight. Puck sent length of the ice, but no icing as it went between two Rapids players that officials deem, you guys could have touched it. Don't play that game. As Minnesota has the puck, trying to work into a shooting position, but now it's Chevy Alexander over across Korobenkov, shot, rebound, and it's covered up by you. Another whistle, 7:47 remaining in the second period as we'll have face-off Minnesota end coming up on the glove side of you.
Good pass there by Chevy.
That was, and the rebound was there. Unfortunately, just couldn't get a stick on it if you're a Rapids fan. As puck comes back out and Casanelli, now it's a 2-on-1. Casanelli skates in, shot, pulled the trigger high of the crossbar, off the glass, and Rapids now with the puck tied up just inside the blue line of the Riverkings. Puck squirts loose. Bounces high. Now it's a mad race for it. Korobenkov gets there. He gets tied up in the corner by Drexel. Allstrand. He's in the mix with that. Korneve is out there along with Naksoy and Boldick. Puck comes back around free. Nice physical play. Bodies hitting bodies down there. Is up against the boards. Puck dropped. No hand pass. Minnesota racing for it, but so is Ruffalo as he's trying to tie it up. Here's a turnover deep in the end. There's Ilian, backhand, off the pads of you. Nobody on the doorstep. That would have been a wide open net if there was. As Williams up to Diamond. Ruffalo chips it up ahead. Minnesota's there at neutral ice. 6:40 to go in the second period. Is a hard hit right in front of the Minnesota bench. Ilian breaks it into the zone, however. Shot just over the crossbar. As digging down in the near corner, down goes Ruffalo. Diamond, excuse me. As both teams battling, trying to get the upper hand here in the waning moments of the second period. 6:15 to go as the puck's loose in the slot. Dressel sends it up. Troxel, now Korneve has to get the puck as there's a line change for Minnesota. Rapids didn't quite see it. They could have caught him napping a little bit. As Ilian sidesteps one defender, swoops in through another. High slot. That got tipped away by the defense in front. Under 6 minutes to go in the second period. As Corneve, bump pass up to Higgins. Diamond in there, as is Williams. Corneve up, touched up by Ryan. Ryan can break it up in the zone. 2-2 shot, and that got trapped in the pads of you. And there's a whistle. 5.5 to go, second period. That margin grows in shots, 32-11, as we're inching closer to that horn to end the second period. There will be a face-off coming, this time to the glove side of you. As Williams squaring off against Watruba. Rapids with possession of the puck, trying to send it in. Held in by Bolduc. Shipped away by the defense. Chevy Alexander racing to get there first, and he does. Now it's tied up in the corner. Both teams looking for where to go, George. As puck bounces high, gets below the goal line, the red line. Battling behind, 5 minutes to go, second period, 3-1 Riverkings over the Mullets. Southwood County Recreation Center. Final meeting of the regular season between these teams. As Bolduc skates below the goal, behind it, spins, stops. Puck picked up out front, Chevy Alexander. As he sends it in. Oh. Nice tip in front by Bolduc, but couldn't go in the net. It went to the corner where both teams are converging and getting physical. Down there is everybody getting up, and we continue playing. Minnesota storming down the sheet of ice. Nice 2-on-1 situation for Rapids. Pass up, Korbankov, he's all alone. Jan's trying to get there. Big loose puck rebound. Rapids couldn't get there, as there will be a penalty called. We'll see who this all gets called on. I believe it'll be against Wisconsin Rapids. As Korbankov goes in.
Another chance here for the Mullets power play, and another chance here for the Rapids PK.
Yeah, I think roughing is the call. As 4:14 remains in the second period. Rapids up 3-1. So they're doing it again. Down a skater. See how special teams work again. I mean, they got a shorthander last night. See if they can do another one. Puck played against the far boards. Rapids real physical with their forecheck, and they just ice it all the way down. Going to eat up some time there. Stop played by you behind the goal, under 4 minutes to go.
At 15:46, Riverking penalty to number 17, Riverkings. 2 minutes for roughing.
So that was in fact a roughing call. As Rapids able to ice it yet again. A minute and a half going to remain on this skater advantage for the Mullets. Rapids unable to touch up and gain possession, but Duke gets there first as he looks to send it deep. He can't, or Truba tries to center it. Big opportunity for Minnesota. They couldn't fire, they couldn't pull the trigger. As Rapids trying to send it out, Minnesota misses a pass, comes back out to center ice. Noah Diamond trying to lift up his stick, get to the puck first, battling in front of the Minnesota bench, as there is a whistle called on a hook. And we'll see how this goes against Wisconsin Rapids. It appears as Duke goes in the box again. So another 5-on-3 due up. Yeah, it's going to be a 5-on-3 due up for 59 seconds. Excuse me, it was Diamond. Yeah, it was Diamond. They changed which one they're going in because they had Duke going in there first. So it's Noah Diamond going in there now. So for 59 seconds, it will be a 5-on-3. So we'll see what Rapids can do here. They got to pull one out here if they want to keep that 2-goal advantage. Minnesota regrouping, under 3 minutes to go in the second period. Minnesota with another golden opportunity to make Rapids pay. That's Lenny skating high into the slot, down low. Rapids defense there to cut that off. High slot, shot, blocker save for O'Connor, and Rapids clears it. 17 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Has 10 seconds remaining. Minnesota bringing it up half sheet, now into the zone. Newman going through the slot, going back down low. Casanelli wanted the puck, but it got pushed back out, so now it's now a 5-on-4. They killed off the 5-on-3. Now you got 50 seconds remaining on this penalty kill. It was close to be a trip there. Yaksoy, no call. Minnesota brings the puck back up, and Rapids sends it back down. 37 seconds left to go as there's a turnover. Yaksoy can't get it as it comes back up and hits the high school banners, and I flinched. I think everybody up here flinched. We saw that puck come flying up, so we got a whistle as it touched out of play. 29 seconds to go on this power play for Minnesota with a $1:43 to go in the second period.
I have to give big credits to Yaksoy on the PK tonight. He's done an incredible job of keeping the puck there, holding the puck in. He's an incredible penalty kill player for us.
He's out of breath too.
Yeah,
he's doing a good job.
He's had a lot of penalty killing time tonight, but he's really good at it. He works so hard.
Face off neutral ice right at the center circle, the big WR in it of the high school. And minute 30 to go in the period, 20 seconds to go in the skater advantage. Loose puck at neutral ice. Ruffalo has it. He's breaking into the zone, trailed by Alien. He gets pushed, Ruffalo gets pushed off the puck into the boards. 10 seconds to go in the power play for Minnesota. They've had 2 5-on-3s, no avail. As physical play up against the boards, Rapids unable to clear the zone, but both teams have full strength as Rapids now has a chance to get through this period with a 2-goal lead with about 1 minute remaining in the frame. Now it's a 2-0 break. Diamond, Ruffalo, Diamond goes in, shot, and a goal! Diamond got stopped on the initial, and Ruffalo buries it, and Rapids goes up 4-1.
Great job by Ruffalo there going to the net. He easily could have took the lazy way out, but no, he went to the net and he got rewarded for it. Great play by Diamond as well.
You can't complain too much when you have that turnover and you got a 2-0. Probably should score a goal as Diamond tried to stuff it home. He got stonewalled, which is a credit to you on the initial stop, but Ruffalo was there to bury it home. Diamond's second assist, I believe that will be. We'll get the official scoring in a moment. Under a minute to go in the second period. Moldick chasing down the puck behind his own goal. 1901 mark. Mateo Ruffalo with the goal. Shot turned away by you. Diamond and Nelson on the assists for Rapids. As we have under 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Rapids up 4-1. Williams tied up in the corner. 20 seconds to go. Puck comes out behind the goal. Ryan tied up. Puck goes all the way back down with under 10 seconds to go. Rapids going to end this up here. Puck tied up behind the goal. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And there is your... As a shot goes in, but that was stopped by you, but that was close. The shot happened before the horn, but that's how we get here at 4-1 at the end of 2 periods. We're back here at Southwood County Recreation Center for the final 20 minutes of regulation between the Minnesota Mullets and the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings in the USPHL Premier North Division, where Rapids looking to notch the regular season sweep over the Mullets if they can hold on for another 20 minutes as they hold a 4-1 lead here at the rink. Rapids, they led 2-1 after 1 period, but then they added 2 more in that second by Olivier Boldick, the power play goal at 7:57, and Mateo Ruffalo at 19:01 And that's how you have the score you are at. As so far, Elliott U, he's made 34 saves on 38 shots faced, whereas Liam O'Connor stopped 5 shots in that second period as he's 5 for 5. As Rapids on the move and a goal here to start up that third period. As boy, oh boy, a big smile on the face of Felix Allstrand as he is able to finally get in the goal scoring column with 3 assists, as Allstrand was there to bury a puck on a beautiful pass just 9 seconds in, and we'll wait for the official assists as met right again by our good buddy Deacon Shaw. What a way to start third period.
Yeah, what a way to start. I didn't even get a quite chance to sit down there before we scored.
That's right. As I saw you come sprinting through, that's something I would never do. Well, never do, but can't do anymore in my ripe old age of 37. As Rapids, that is a 5-1 lead now for the Riverkings, and that may be what you call your Wayne Larrivee dagger if you are a Packer fan. Not, which I know he has delivered many a time over the years to a team from Minnesota, but that's neither here nor there. As Rapids still on the attack, a nice stop there by you. As assists coming to Yaksoy and Korbenkov. So Allstrand from Yaksoy and Korbenkov, and that is at 9 seconds into the third period. And as I said, I think that might be your Wayne Larrivee daggers. A shot from the point, and that is gobbled right up from you as Rapids quick 41 shots, a quick 3 shots. And boy, oh boy, it's looking like it's going to go Rapids' way tonight.
Yep.
Coming into this final 20 minutes of play, I was going to ask you, what's Rapids got to do? Obviously, strike first. And
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was a big part of it, striking first, getting the period started right, and now it's got to stay on your toes, right? I mean, the Mullets are a good team, so come back, so you got to stay on your toes.
Yeah, Mullets, what they got to do, and I think the same thing as what we were told last night by Colin Ryan, is just one goal at a time, one shift at a time, and don't make it any bigger than it has to be. And
right
now they got their work cut out for them. 4-goal deficit here with about 18 and 3/4 minutes to go. So we'll puck up to neutral ice with a whistle as we'll get that sorted out. They need a new puck, I believe. There they go. That's what they needed. As we'll take another look around the league here in a few moments after a face-off here at mid-ice between the Riverkings and Mullets, as we will look into this. And Squatch Blue Ox still 1-1 in third period. Rapids 5-1 over the Mullets, and the Express having their way with the Outlaws 10-2. So that's rough year so far for the Mullets, but plenty of season. They can turn it around. I mean, the Outlaws as well. Mullets having a tough go as well. And there's an opportunity and a big save by O'Connor.
Good save there by O'Connor. He's seen the puck really well. It's great to see. He works so hard and he deserves this. He deserves every opportunity.
This is a big weekend here. Rapids needing the sweep and seeing what other teams can do around the league. 2 big series coming up over against the Squatch and the Ox. And if I remember right, next weekend it will be in Coon Rapids with the Blue Ox. And that's something, you want to sweep them all, but if nothing else, you try to get a split, and if that one you lose is in overtime, so you get a point, if that's what you want to do. But big 4 games coming up on the road for Rapids after this one, but we got to get through tonight first and go from there. As Minnesota trying to establish a possession here at mid-ice. Munson can't hold on to it as puck comes back out neutral ice. Tabo mixed in with that with Higgins. Higgins brings it up into the zone. Drop back to Allstrand. Trying to hit Korneve at the blue line, but that was intercepted by Castellani. Back behind the goal, battling back around there. Allstrand was there harassing. His puck's back up to neutral ice. Neither team getting a possession of, but Korobenkikov is able to get there first. Chevy Alexander bouncing puck, neutral ice, and there's 3 Mullets there. I think you could call that a party as they get the puck down deep, shot in off of O'Connor. But Rapids back on the move. Korobenkikov, shot, sent, big shot, rebound off the chest pad of Elliott Yu, and he covers up the rebound. And there you have it. There's stoppage of play, 16:53 to go in regulation. I guess that's a question you could ask the booth. I mean, the correct answer is a hockey team, but what do you call a large group of Mullets? That's, I mean, a party? I mean, that's a legit question. Well, it depends on the setting. If it's formal, it's business, but then it's always a party there. But I digress. As Minnesota face off in their zone, turned away, back down to the Rapids end of the ice. Rapids has to regroup, and they do. Back up to neutral ice. And there will be an offsides. Not whistled yet as Rapids has to regroup. And they do. So no offsides will be whistled. 16.5 to go. Puck sent deep. Olivier Bolduc behind the goal. Rapids looks to move yet again. A lot of crisp passes and puck of movement. I think we can see from Rapids down the stretch here, just trying to use up some clock and try to get through this game unscathed with injury as we move forward into that tough 4-game stretch. And you could even say a 6-game stretch. Yeah. Because after those 2 road game series, you come back home, face the Steele County Blades, who are vastly improved from last year. So there's never an easy out in this league, and it's going to be a big test for the next 3 weeks, and then a showcase, and then you're getting into January. Man, years just flying by as there's stoppage. Oh yeah. Face off to the glove side of Liam O'Connor. Puck lifted up, neutral ice. Henham sends it back. Minnesota trying to regroup here. Ilian in the mix on that far side. Now Diamond has it. Pass back. Duke up to Ilian. No icing will be called. And this puck off the boards. Bad. Oh, nearly on a very unfortunate turnover for Minnesota. As now they're breaking up in the zone. Turned away by Liam. And puck coming back out to the blue line. And Newton neutral ice. And it's a 3-2. Rapids advantage. Ilian crosses in, as he will now skate behind the goal. Big collision there, brings the big Russian to his knees, but he pops right back up. And there he goes. Trying to get a line change, he's busted a stick. That's the second one I think he got this weekend. That's gonna have to get a shipment in soon, as Rapids now intercepts the puck at neutral ice. 15 minutes remaining. 5-1 Rapids lead. 42-17 shot advantage. As Rapids trying to battle that puck in neutral ice. There's a close trip there. No trip though. No call. So we'll play on. I think the officiating crew is just hoping to get out of this one too. Rather rough played second period. So just move on to the next one. As puck comes around, there will be an offsides whistle unless Rapids can regroup, and they do. So Minnesota, now they get to start back their goal. Trebo pushing it to the near side. Allstrand nearly gets that stopped. And the puck goes behind the Rapids goal. 14:10 remaining in regulation. Puck neutral ice. Korobenkikov picks it up. He's trying to get around the defense. He had Trebo. He was trailing him, but couldn't get there. Is now turnover at the blue line. Skating and shot and a goal! Allstrand giving knuckles to somebody in the beer garden, and there's 2 goals now for Felix, and Rapids starting to pour her on 6-1 over the Mullets.
Felix's release out of his shot is it's so good. Like, his shot just cannot be described as a goal. I've seen it in practice every day. It definitely makes me better.
There's that turnover right at the blue line. He skates in as he skates about mid-circle and shot and water bottle jumps and light goes on and everybody's partying here in Wisconsin Rapids. 6-1. And Rapids in firm control of this one. Just hope that everybody, the rest of the game, both sides stay healthy. Don't want anybody getting hurt, and let's just play through it. As big control that puck drop there for Rapids. Send it down deep.
6:03 mark.
6:03, time of the goal, unassisted. Hallstrand, he's able to get that goal as he's got 3 assists and 2 goals tonight. He might be the 3-star player of the game yet again. He's having a heck of a weekend against these Mullets. Could almost call him Felix the Barber Hallstrand then. You could say that.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I won't copyright it. He can do that. Yes. Another shot.
Oh!
And a goal, sharp angle. How it got in there, I have no clue. And there's your hat trick.
Oh my gosh. Felix Hallstrand.
My goodness. I have no idea how that went in. Here we are, cracking jokes and scoring goals here in Wisconsin Rapids. Goes 6-7. Goes from 6 to 7, and there you have it. 7-1. Well, last night, after it went 6-7, I think it was Korbenkov, he did the 6-7. Yeah. Have to do it again.
There it is. Felix Hallstrand, oh my gosh.
3 goals, 3 shots, 3 goals for Hallstrand as Rapids just really pouring her on. As we'll get the official scoring there as Rapids just, man, they are rolling now in this 3rd period. You having a good night, making huge saves, but I don't know how that last puck went in. We'll have to ask the officials on that, but man, that was something.
Also his hat trick for the night.
Back-to-back hat tricks for the young man. As Ilian breaking it up, shot, turned away by you. That was close.
Number 17, Danilo
Korbenkov and Yaksoy on there as well as there's a delayed penalty being called against Minnesota. Rapids takes a shot up into the netting. Ilian a little frustrated with that, but Rapids goes on a power play. 12.5 to go in regulation. Rapids leading comfortably 7-1. Going into the box for Minnesota is number 42, Riker Johnson. 2-minute checking from behind. As Rapids with another power play. Number 42, and that time will be 7:31, I believe. My math skills aren't the best, but I try. At the end of the day, I try. A face off to the blocker side of you. Hallstrand looking for maybe number 4. Good pass, cross ice, nobody there. Shot nearly tipped at the doorstep was Ilian. He's still looking to get his first of the game. He got his first, excuse me. He's got looking for number 2. Shot, Hallstrand. That was turned away by the defense. Hallstrand still skating with it. Cross ice, pass. Buldick skating through the slot. Near side, tipped, shot, and a goal as Diamond gets that one. And it's 8-1 Riverkings. Rapids just pouring it on. I don't know if there's a dance for 7-8, but there should be now. As Rapids way comfortable on this one. 8:05 time of the goal.
8 for number 8 there.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. That's a good one. As Rapids going to have another face-off here, and they're going to pull. They're going to pull you after a really good night. People might say he let in 8. Yeah, but you know how many he saved? That boy. They were good. They were huge saves. He's a little upset, but Seeley coming out. Parker Seeley, saw him last night. As there will be a timeout taken on the ice. Giving Seeley, I think, some time to warm up here. As Minnesota timeout here, time at 8:05. Seeley comes in. So through this point, 38 saves in the game for you on a tough night for the Mullets, as Seeley does come in for the second night in a row in relief.
Yep.
it's a tough spot. And
yeah.
We know the young man there, Elliott. He was upset.
Yeah.
Because he was playing well.
Oh, yeah.
Huge saves all game, and I know it gets frustrating there, and he'll have better days ahead of him. But man,
100%.
he had some huge saves that really frustrated Rapids early in this game.
He had some big ones there. I mean, it's an unfortunate ending for him, but great results for Rapids. But it's an unfortunate ending, like you said. He had some really big saves, and he's got to keep his head up.
Yeah, there will be more days ahead of him where things will go a little better. But facing off against points-wise, top team in the division, things will happen as Minnesota trying to bring the race up the ice. As puck held in just below the blue line of Rapids. Puck sent around the board, stopped by Connor. One more goal if Rapids is to get one. We will be in run time, a new mercy rule in the USPHL this year. That was a surprise last night. A shot comes in right in the belly of Seeley, and another whistle. 11:14 to go in this one. 8-1. Rapids really opening up on this one as they held a 4-1 lead coming into the final 20 minutes and scored 4 goals. 3 by Allstrand, 1 by Diamond, and it's all Riverkings. Williams on the face-off. Pocket picked by Struber. Struber gets his pocket picked in return. Williams sends a puck in on Seeley. Dressel, he's down below. Kutzer able to bring the puck back up, and he's getting hounded by Rapids players. Got to be careful to not go offsides as Rapids is. Hibbler hits Nelson right by the penalty box. No call as that letting them play on. That got Minnesota's bench fired up as we'll see what Rapids, how they respond on the ice. Bring it up into the zone. Shot near tip in at the last second. And Rapids trying to hold the zone. Yaksoy sends it around the goal. Jan able to get there first. Allstrand, he was there, part of that. As Korbenkov tries to hold the zone, he can't. And now he gets whistled for offsides. Just a little bit too wide of a stick handle. And that's how we get the whistle. 10:20 to go in this one. Rapids up 8-1 as just waiting for the clock to run out on this one. Rapids 47 shots to Minnesota 17. Puck skitters into the Minnesota defensive zone. Rapids plays it. Duke took a shot just wide of the goal. The Seeley guarding both posts, centering, high slot, backhand, bouncing. Oh. Shot and a goal! Allstrand with another. Boy, oh boy, and now they're going after him.
Wow.
Stepnick is mad. They are mad. And they're kicking Stepnick out. Now this is the part where it gets really tough.
Yeah.
Man, emotions are starting to run a little, little wild.
Yeah, I mean, emotions are going to start to have rile. I think Rapids need to have their heads up here and really be cautious. But man, Felix Allstrand, do you think he knows it's okay to let the goalie make a save once in a while? Like, it's all right, Felix, eh?
Well, there'll come a time when you need to pile it on.
Oh yeah.
There'll come a time, and no disrespect to Minnesota at all.
Nope.
As
their goalies are fantastic.
Yeah, they're a decent squad out there. They're battling all night, and now we got an official's timeout to get this ironed out. Plenty of talking between the sides that I'm sure coaches are on both sides are saying, hey guys, knock it off. Don't want to lose you for next weekend. As 10:06 remaining, and the tempers and emotions running high. So officials talking it over with Diamond. And getting the exact, we will get the exact ruling here in a moment for our wonderful listeners on 105.5 FM WIRI, Rapids Community Media, Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, and Black Bear TV. So trying to make light and find things to talk about during a game that's kind of getting out of hand. It's tough to do sometimes. So, but hey, main thing, hey guys, tomorrow's Sunday. Got the NFL to watch, right? we got that to watch.
Yeah.
Have to wait all day for Monday night for the Packers, but what can you do?
Wait till Monday night.
Yeah, that's what we all got to do. But we can go right to what's happening now in the USPHL. There's a couple scores that are a little interesting out there. As trying to get my scoreboard to update here. Still had Rapids at 5-1. As we'll get this figured out here in a moment. I still got the intermission. Squatch 1, Blue Ox 1. Rapids, we have the score there, 9-1. And Express, that one's over, 10-2. Express over the Outlaws. A couple other games are going on. Squatch, Blue Ox going to overtime.
Oh.
That could be a fun one.
That will be a fun one.
So someone stole a point there. And now we've got going into the box, number 71, Ward Kruba. He's a good player there for the Mullets. He's had a lot of points this year as I was doing some research. And that time of the goal will be 9:54. And the officials still talking this out as they're about ready to drop the puck and get it going. The Rapids will be on the power play. This is a 5-minute penalty. This could get rough.
Yeah.
Because with a 5-minute penalty, Rapids, just if they score, just because they score, that doesn't stop the penalty. That doesn't stop the power play. They can go until that 5 minutes is over. And now with that differential, we got run time too, as I was speaking about. It'll only stop on goals, injuries, penalties. And now they're going after him.
You knew that was going to happen. He was talking to him all face-off. You knew that was going to happen there.
Drop of the gloves, and Hibbler goes through, and he goes right after Noah Diamond, and he's taken right off the ice.
Wow.
And Diamond saying, hey guys, bring it on if you want to do it. So there will be more penalties coming up, just 3 seconds in to that 5-on-3. We'll see what they add on. The fun part of hockey, right?
Yeah. I mean, the crowd's really enjoying this. You know, I don't know so much about Rapids, but I mean, the crowd's really.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's one thing as a hockey fan. You love hockey for the fights, but as a broadcaster, and I'm sure the TV team, the media team, not always something. So you're sitting there saying, "Come on, let's get her going." I know Art's getting ready to put his pajamas on up here. You have to pull out a cot for him.
Let's hope there's no more of that tonight.
Yeah, that gives both teams a bad look.
100%. Yeah,
and it makes no disrespect to the Mullets, but gives them a bad look too.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I don't think there's really a need for that.
As there's another 5-on-3. Now it's a 5-on-3 for 4:57.
Number 16. 5 minutes. Major for fighting and game misconduct.
Yep.
First penalty. Being served by number 71.
Yep, that Stepnick penalty is being served by 71, and then White is serving that for number 17, Ryan Troxel. So that's either way. It should be 5-on-3 for 4 minutes 57 seconds. I haven't seen a 5-on-3 for that long. I've never seen that before.
I've never seen that either.
I mean, I've been around the game in the media forum for about 20 years. I have not seen this.
Nope.
So both are fighting in game misconduct. So unfortunately, they'll be out next weekend, the first game.
Yep.
They didn't change that, but Riverkings power play for 5 minutes.
Oh my God!
They won again.
This is ridiculous. I really don't understand the point of this and what point it's going to make.
And down goes the ref. And Ilian's in there trying to get people separated because they went after Diamond again. And Ilian's bad, and he's not a young man I want to make bad. As they're sending everybody away.
This is starting to get pretty embarrassing for the Mullets. I mean, no disrespect, but I really don't understand the point of this.
Yeah, I don't get it either. But I've never skated competitively. I've done some fun skating, but now they're going to send Ilian. They're sending Ilian out, and he's kind of laughing about it. So Coach Paul's trying to get this figured out. And Coach Paul is not happy as he's trying to get this figured out as they are sending Ilian out. And of course Chevy Alexander trying to calm him down. Just say, hey, get in the box, you're all right. So we'll see what the rule is now. And the official looking at the Minnesota bench saying, hey, are we done yet? Are we done? Are we done? I mean, that's what I read the lips going there. So.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's done soon. I really don't see the point of keeping it going. I feel like they kind of got their point across if they're trying to prove a point maybe, but I have no idea.
There's 5 on 3 still. Kind of surprised at that.
The gloves are still on, so that's a good sign.
Yep. So, matching penalties, Walls and shot and a goal. Now Rapids is going to make them pay for this.
I don't know what they expected by taking all those fighting penalties there.
Yeah, it's getting out of hand now.
Oh yeah, especially with the power play we have in the league. Like,
yeah, Korobenkov on the.
That is power play's due first goal, so congrats to those guys.
Yeah, that's right.
It's huge for them.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. The guys who don't necessarily get all that much playing time, which several of these guys do,
yep, but
they maybe don't get the shooting opportunities. You still got to play.
100%, and I think they're doing a great job. Just got to keep working.
Right, and that's it makes a game like this kind of hard to broadcast because it's, come on guys, let's go. I mean, understand the emotion of it.
Right.
Man, it gives it a bad look, but I think cooler heads are going to prevail here for the last 9.5. That's going to trickle away pretty quickly as that 8-goal threshold has been met. That only goals, penalties, injuries, things of that nature will stop it. So hopefully we don't have any injuries, hopefully minimal penalties.
Yeah, I hope so as well.
Korobenkov.
Back to him.
Yes. And Chevy Alexander. And Ruffalo on the assists. I didn't quite get the time there, but we'll play on a shot, big rebound, and then kicked back out as that will be a 5-on-3 for another 3:40. 3:35 left in the 5-on-3 advantage for Rapids. As they will just be skating around, holding the zone, trying to at least. Chevy Alexander skates in, turned away by the defense, and they kick back out, neutral ice. The Rapids just got to regroup. Not a very deep kick out. Skate behind the goal as Rapids up ahead to Ruffalo. Williams flanking, as is Trebo. Skating in, going around the goal, back out to the blue line, held in by Korobenkov. Daniil takes a shot. Off the crossbar. Popped up high in the air, right in front of the beer garden now. As Korobenkov at the blue line, skates in. High slot, down low, shot. Nice stop by Seeley. This puck comes back out. Ruffalo skates, slot, shot, turned away by the defense. Nice job by the Minnesota defense on that. As now puck is tied up right in front of the beer garden. Rapids faithful there with 7.5 to go. Rapids up 10-1 in a very physical game, especially late, with several Donnybrooks breaking loose. That's not a word you hear said too often.
I don't think I've heard that word in my life.
You got to do some research on old-time reporting.
Yeah.
But anyways, shot covered up by Seeley. Big save, big rebound on that for the young man. As we'll get a line change, and the clock keeps on ticking into the future, as Steve Miller said, with 2 minutes left to go on the 5-on-3. 7 minutes left to go in the game. Face-off coming to the glove side of Seeley. Allstrand, the mullet cutter out there. He's scored how many times in this third period? 4 times.
Yeah, wow. 4 times.
As he's had a heck of a night, as he had 3 assists earlier in the game.
Uh-oh.
So Allstrand's shot,
Oh,
and a goal,
my God.
and another. Felix Allstrand, what a night, what a series.
Felix Allstrand.
My goodness. That's unreal.
Yep.
6:33 remaining in this one. Another power play. Boy, oh boy.
Felix, thing about Felix is too is that he's a great point guy, but he works so hard. He deserves all the points he gets. Like, he's always working hard. He's always picking his teammates up. Like in the locker room, he's talking to us. Like, he's a great team player as well. He's not only just putting up points. He's such a great guy to have in the locker room.
As the running clock will continue right when they put the puck ready for play. 55 shots to 17, 11-1. Rapids lead over the Mullets. And tried to get a couple of guys. Murphy tried to leave the box early. And coach wanting to just probably talk things out, make sure everything's on the up and up. And that goal, 13-27. Allstrand. Yaksoy. And Bolduc. On the assist is face-off, controlled by Minnesota, getting into the zone. And not the auto zone, is stopped by O'Connor. Rapids behind the goal. Minute 20 to go in the 5-on-3. 6:20 to go in the game as puck caught up in official skates. Rapids bringing it up through the zone and in the offensive zone. Mateo Ruffalo, he's bringing it in. Trebo trailing. Williams on the far side. Chevy Alexander, Korbenkov in there. Chevy Alexander's shot. And it's gobbled up right in the pads of Seeley. So under 6 minutes to go. About 50 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Then Minnesota goes back to full strength as we get closer to this conclusion, where Rapids will earn another weekend sweep and go up 10 games in a row, being victorious. As Ruffalo can't hold on to the puck. Shot, Trebo, and that's gobbled up by Seeley, and he wasn't quite sure where that went. Immediately looked down, but he made the stop. Good save, young man. No reaction time as 5:20 remains in this one. 10 seconds to go in the 5-on-3 approximately. So we'll be back to 5-on-5 as Chevy Alexander across. Korbenkov. Shot, bouncing puck through the crease. As now there's another 5-on-5-minute penalty coming up. I guess they stacked them up as they are one man down. Shot and a goal. There's another one. Boy, oh boy, as Rapids really cruising here. As that was Korbenkov. As the pep band plays the Elton John hit, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, and I guess it was, if you're a Mullet. There's a lot of fisticuffs going on tonight. Both sides have guys tossed, so it's not just the Mullets, it's the Riverkings as well.
Yep.
As 15-12, time of the goal. Game was really close. I mean, comparatively 4-1 coming into the third period, and 8 goals in this final stanza, and that's how we sit at 12-1. Rapids just moving slow, eating up time. 5-4 advantage for the remainder of just about the remainder of the game. as guys were getting multiple penalties. Rapids resetting behind the goal.
Riverkings goal.
And score.
Number 17, Daniil Gorbenko.
Trying to stuff it around his Ruffalo. Williams and Byman both on the assist on the last goal. Is a shot gloved by Sealy as Gorbenko was looking for his hat trick. Rapids out shooting the Mullets 61-17. As both teams just kind of going through the motions now. Just get out of here unscathed. 3.5 to go in the game. Yaksoy at the blue line, back and forth. Allstrand, the mullet masher at the circle. Shot turned up into the netting. Out of play. 3:15 to go in this one. Could be a face-off coming up to the blocker side of Sealy. That'll be Diamond in on that. Yaksoy near side, Allstrand. Tried to get it down low to Nelson. Allstrand, cross ice pass. Buldick, he can't find it. Now he does, skating around at the circle. Down low, Diamond chips it up the slot, gets tipped away by the defense. Now Rapids has to regroup. 2:40 to go in this one.
The second assist on that last goal went to number 2, Mateo Ruffalo.
And that second assist was not Byman, that was Ruffalo. They amended that, so my apologies on that. 2.5 to go. Rapids cruising 12-1. Shot almost in the stick of Allstrand. This down he goes in front of the beer garden. Puck bouncing behind the goal. And going up, being played by O'Connor, as there was a contact with O'Connor by one of the Mullets, as Yaksoy standing there saying, "Hey, what you doing?" As right there in the slot, shot turned wide and now hit from behind against Allstrand. No call on that. As Nelson takes a shot and a goal. Nelson lights a lamp. 13-1 Riverkings. And I have run out of lines on my goal sheet. Another power play goal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the night for Rapids. That's really making that percentage go up. But when you have multiple 5-minute penalties, it's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
It looks a little worse than what it is.
Yeah.
But boy, Rapids making them pay.
Oh yeah.
But if it was on the other side, I'd say Minnesota make them pay too.
100%.
18-11, time of that goal. We'll wait for the assists. Diamond on the assist. Rapids bringing the puck down low, and Korneve, he takes a sharp angled shot that got turned away by Sealy. The puck goes behind the goal. And sent all the way down. No icing. I think officials just want to get out of here. But even if they would call it, there would be a still running clock. Rapids behind the goal. $1:20 left, $1:10 left to go on the penalty. Just 5-on-4 for the longest time. It was 5-on-3, and Rapids really made them pay. About a minute to go in this one. Shot, bouncing puck, bouncing. Where's it going to go? Covered up by Sealy, and a check from behind by Newman. No whistle. Official gets in there and says, "Guys, just stop it. We're under a minute to go." I think some other situations they might have called that, but just trying to get out of this one too. As officials saying, "Guys, let's just get out of here. Let's go." 40 seconds to go. 13-1 Rapids lead. 65 shots to 17. Total domination at the end of this one. Under 30 seconds to go. Face off at neutral ice. Minnesota comes up with it, chips it up ahead. Korneve lowers a shoulder. He gets rocked on that one. So Rapids sends the puck around the boards, hits the stanchion on the Zamboni doors. So they've got to play with under 10 seconds to go. Both teams full strength with 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And Rapids gets the win 13-1 on a huge effort by Felix Alstrand as they go to 10 wins in a row, and they sweep the regular season series over the Mullets.